I don't know. We're going live.
Oh my! Why my
We're
camera is
live.
not?
Hello and welcome to the first Seismic Growth Show. I'm Joon here, one of your hosts, and my super sidekick. No, my good friend Parker Casio. We're both agency owners. This is our first episode. We've never gone live on YouTube before. However, we are looking to make some new friends and share some knowledge with all of you about running your own digital marketing agency, building brands from anywhere. So, Parker, you want to introduce yourself really quick?
Yeah. Hi guys, I'm Parker from Indonesia. I run my agency since 2013, and it's maybe 8 years already. Yeah, I think it's 7 or 8 years already. I built my own agency since 2013 in local Indonesia, and now I'm starting to go global. And here we are right now. I'm with my friend June. Uh, talk to you guys. We can discuss or something about something to build, how to build an agency from scratch and something like that. That's it, June.
Thanks, Parker. Yeah, Parker's a good friend of mine. So for me, my name is June. If you didn't know, I also had a similar journey, and we'll go through. I think for this episode, it's our first episode. We're all a little bit nervous, but I think we're going to be talking about how we started our agencies and the journey we had at the very beginning, at least at the start of it. So for myself as well, I am a marketing agency owner. And for me, I started local as well for Korean clients in South Korea. Parker's more of a veteran than I am, so I think Parker, you mentioned 8 years, right? For me,
Yeah.
less than 3 years. My agency, my own agency, my own agency, less than 3 years. However, grown quite considerably, and I made a lot of good friends like Parker, and we work together on a lot of projects now. Growing both of our agencies, but also growing some other businesses. You might have heard Sessionautics. We're also doing a giveaway over there, so I have to shamelessly plug that. Giveaway.sastronautics.com. Let me add that in for anyone that wants to win, because we're giving away the M1 MacBook Air. Still live, ending later this month. And I've added the link right here. Okay, so for the Seismic Growth Show, the reason why we wanted to start doing this is we wanted to share because a lot of people did message us. So a lot of friends, online friends, other agency owners, other struggling entrepreneurs like myself, were asking about how to get more clients or how to grow their agency. Or the biggest question was, how can I start my agency so that I can live where I want to live and enjoy my life and get out of the 9 to 5, which is exactly the reason why I started my agency. Um, and Parker, do you want to let us know or let everyone else know the first things? Like, let's start from the very beginning. Why did you start an agency?
Okay. So agency is I don't know. What I have to explain about this, because something like this, bro. Um, first time when I launched or built my agency at the first time in 2000 and at 2013, I think. Yeah, 2013. I think I can live like free, right? Like free. Like I can sleep like a late night and even in
Oh
the
yeah, yeah,
morning,
yeah.
and I can wake up in the 12 or 1 p.m., right? Something like that. But then when it started, then I realized that, oh my god, this is not what really I think about it, right? So when it was uh if you ask me how I built my agency at the first time, that's because of that. I same like you. I don't want to work like 24 hour or 9 hours a day, something like that. But then I realized when I built my agency, oh my god, I work more than 9 hours, right? So yeah, that's the part of the part of my life, the process of our life. So yeah, I can just run to do that until today. But then I have partners, I have employees, I have teams that helps me, so I can at least reduce the time from 20 hours a day when I work
Mm,
just 2 or 3
mm.
percent of the time, to not till now. Yeah, I think I only works like 6 hours a day. Not too pressure, but maybe stressful, but it's still not same like when I first time built run the agency, or even I worked in previous company when I work in a bank that time. That's a different pressure, something like that.
Yeah, I think there's a big reality check for
Yeah.
all new entrepreneurs or new agency owners because I started the same way. But before I go into that really quick, I just saw a few comments come up, and I just want to show some love, but also let you guys know that there's no strict script to this. It's also our first episode, and we just want to get to know you guys, show our faces, be out here live, candid. And if you have any questions about agency life or building an agency or building companies and brands overseas or because I'm on this sunny island of in Thailand, in Phuket, Thailand. So if you have any questions about that, leave them in the comments. It's fun, engaging, and we will check them. So Jeremy, thanks for joining in all the way out from Romania. We have some friends here as well. Um, Shannon, also superstar from Sastronautics. Thank you for joining us and supporting us. Jareen as well for the Philippines. We have a lot of people here. Okay, but I want to go back to what Parker said because that's actually exactly why I started as well. Um, I started getting Facebook ads on Facebook, but of people with laptops by the beach and people with laptops by the swimming pool.
No, no, no. It will not happen, bro.
Yeah, let me tell everyone
Yeah.
watching that's thinking about starting an agency, it's not gonna happen.
No.
I don't know because we're obviously not supersized agencies, super global agencies with 300 employees and doing multi-billion dollars in revenue. That's not who we are. So if that's what you're looking for, you can jump off and check out Neil Patel and a few other big ones. But we have grown considerably. I have 10x year over year. Of course, as I mentioned, only 3 years, but broke seven figures. And so I do want to share that journey, and I do want to share that reality, that point. Sorry, it's a little cold in here. I do want to share that point that the way we first got started, or Parker obviously was the same, is I wanted to break that 9 to 5. But actually, when you do start an agency or any business, any online business, ask any entrepreneur out there, at least a starting entrepreneur. The 9 to 5 becomes a nine to nine, round the clock twice, right? It's a
Yeah.
24-hour thing. And for me, I think I've mentioned this before in a video or another webinar at Sessionautics, but for me, it really is 24 hours. And with a 9 to 5, you get that reassurance that at the end of every month, you're getting that check, right? And you know exactly how much you're getting. There might be some performance bonuses depending on where you work, but you know exactly how much you're getting. So you can plan out your expenses and whatnot. And yeah, you might not be able to live super lavishly, but you know exactly how much you can spend, right? And what you can buy, how much you can save. But as an entrepreneur, you need to um, as an entrepreneur, you don't have that safety net or that guarantee of getting paid the next month. And for me, at least, I like to call it a war zone in Korean. No offense to any real war zones out there, but it really is a war zone and a struggle because if I don't work or if I don't close that client or if I don't deliver to retain that client, I'm gonna be broke. Right? That's how I started. And so that brings me to my next question, actually, or my next thought is how did you start closing clients? Because this is the number one question that I've got in my DMs from my friends and other people
Mm.
on social media. How do we close the first client? And I had a lot of difficulty with this one too. What about you, Parker?
Oh, it's a little bit different when you find client today and you find client on 20 and 13. It's really, 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 really different.
Mhm.
So in 2013, I think before I built my agency, I worked in a bank in Bali, uh, in the corporate department. So I have this is one of the benefit, something like big. bank brands in Indonesia. So every time I meet my client, I met my client, and I offer my bank service for them. They will agree, just agree. That's because we have a brand, right? The bank brand is so big in Indonesia. So I feel so, oh my God, I think I can sell my own product, something like that. And then I built the agency. And yeah, I start go to one cafe to cafe, one restaurant to
Yeah, yeah,
restaurant,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. At that time, we visit, we get client by
Yeah.
visits the client business, not something like today we just make a funnel system and then it will automatically running, right? It's completely different. So when I visit and door to door, offering my agency services. Oh my God. And I realized this is so difficult. It's really different when I work in bank and then I offer my service to the clients and they accept me in just a second because they need money, right? I give them money from the bank, something like that.
Mm.
It's different when I build agency and then I go door to door, from cafe to cafe, restaurant to restaurant, business to business, something like that. I offer my agency service and they reject. Even they uh, say to me that why we need this, we can
Yeah.
do, we have teams, something like that. So it's really 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 hard if you want to find clients in 2013, I think, that time. But yeah, if you ask me today, if we found the client, it's a little bit easier than before. We just make a funnel system, something like that. We build the funnel, the drip emails, and then run the ads, and it will be. We will get clients automatically, something like that. But
Yep.
it's not just easy like what I said right now. It You need practical. You need the experience to do that too.
Yeah, and
Yeah. So
it's easier now for you to say,
yeah.
I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but from that experience as well, from that 8 years experience. Because for me also, I worked at an agency, so I was an employee at another agency before I started my own, and you're no longer. I don't like the word, actually, I guess marketer, but you're no longer a marketer and you become a business person or a businessman or a businesswoman, right? And it's a completely different game. And so, yeah, I think, because I went through the same path. When I first started, it was offline. I went door to door. So I lived in a small area because I liked the countryside. So I was in the countryside. And I would go door to door to all the restaurants. And I remember my first client. I don't know if there's any Korean K-food fans out there, but kimbap, right? It was a little kimbap shop, and I think my first size contract size was like 20 to $50 or something like that. So
What is it for? What
it
what
was
you
for
do?
it was,
What you did before? Yeah.
okay, so this was the very first one. So $20 to $50. It was helping them. They had zero online presence, and it was just helping them setting up accounts and doing a little bit of like social media content. But obviously super underpriced myself. But I was also working alone, of course. Parker, I think you started alone. Most people out there are going to be starting alone. And that's what I did. And then I moved in, and then I was like, okay, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. So I moved into something else. But I have a quick MC Naveen asked us a question. Which one do you prefer, bro? Fully remote or an agency with office space? If remote, how easy is it to manage a team? This is a good question. Yeah, I guess I'll shoot first. When I first started, because I worked at an offline or a digital marketing agency, but in an office space, and I was more used to it because before agency life, I worked at, I was always working in an office. I worked in B2B as well, and I just thought that was the way because that's all I knew, right? Office desks, hierarchy, all of that. That was what I was used to. But now, because now I have a fully remote team, and I'm based in Thailand, and if I can pick, I would never go back to physical office or an agency with an office space. Do I wish sometimes that I can be in an office and physically see all of my employees there and meet with them and also guide them and also yell at them and sure. No, yes, I do. I do have those thoughts often, because it does get frustrating sometimes. So, how easy is it to manage a remote team? If you're starting out, so if you're going through it for the first time, like I did, it's very, very, very difficult. But if you were to ask me today, and I can give advice on how to manage a remote team, I think it can be very, very, very easy, much easier and better than a physical office space. And the way you do that, obviously, there's a lot of things. And so subscribe to my YouTube. I'm gonna make a lot of videos on it. So SOP systems, company culture, digital communications, online or project management through software. There are lots of ways to do this and make your life easier. But I'll keep rambling. So I want to hear from Parker as well because there's a lot to learn from Parker.
Yeah. Which one do you prefer? Remote or full office? So it depends on your country culture, right? If you are in Indonesia right now, even if in the COVID situation, the pandemic like this, people still need to meet you if you want to close with the client. Some clients still need you to meet, doing meeting like in office, not just remote, something like that. But yeah, I think it's already 1 year, 1 year more. I changed my agency model to from the office space to the remote ones, like now. And then yeah, because also it's COVID, and I try to find the new clients from global. So yeah, that's the only way I can do is fully remote my agency right now. But I have some team, not all team. So only some, like one, two, three people that I ask them to still come to the office because I can control very easy, better than I have to control remote for them.
Mm,
So yeah, I think I can combine this type of model, the remote one, for full team, and then I also can ask the people, my team, to come to my office and work in the office also. Yeah.
mm. That's a great point. Yeah,
Mm.
it's different because Parker, Indonesia is your home country, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and for me and our agency, we started. I mean, we're trying to grow bigger in the world globally, but
Mm.
we started in Korea, and I'm in Thailand now, so I can't really get Korean, especially with COVID, into the office here, or actually not my office, my house here. But okay, hold on. I have another question though. In Indonesia, like Korea, there's and probably a lot of countries or a lot of Asian countries at least, they still want to meet face to face, right? I
Yeah.
still get these
Mm.
calls and emails and requests. I had one actually yesterday too. They wanted to meet me face to face, but even with COVID going on. But anyway, I have another question coming up, or two questions, and if we're a little slow to respond, just wait. No, no, we'll get to you. But thank you. We really appreciate you guys leaving questions. This is a friend of ours. Just curious how to build client relationships perfectly for today. So our clients will make repeated projects or so continue projects in the future. So retention, that's I guess that's what we call it. And for me, retention is over 50, over half of the game, or I don't want to call it game, over half of our business model, right? And when it comes to agencies, um, really, really important.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me as an agency, it's the way I like to think of it is sales. So getting the clients and retention, keeping the clients, and it's always better to have better retention than you do have sales, in my opinion. If obviously you want be great at both of them. For client retention, I think there's really only one major driving force for that, and that's delivery. So
Yeah,
performing,
it's the result.
it's
The
the
result.
result.
The only
Yeah.
part, the only thing is the result. If we want to build or keep our relationship with clients for long, right? It's
Mhm.
only the result and performance. But if you start build your client from scratch, your client also just start the brand, just start his or her business, and then you educate them how to do this, how to do that. Even if your performance is not good, but at least you gave them the educational things to build the brand, something like that. That's actually what perfectly you want to do today, to build or to keep your relationship with your clients, keep giving them the valuable knowledge for them, how to do this, how to do that. Even one of my friend, it is work till from I think 5 or 4 years ago till today, when we got the COVID or pandemic last year, and all the sales uh, going down, and no sales, no performance, no anything, but she still keep with me and keep running the business even in that pandemic, right?
Hmm.
That's because of that. I try to give the valuable knowledge and build the relationship. So our relationship is not just about, it's not just agency and the clients right now, but it's just like family. When she has a big celebration in her family, something like that, I go and celebrate together. Just something like that. So yeah, the relationship, to build relationship for a long time with the clients, only two things: performance, and then giving knowledge or giving value for the
Yeah.
clients.
Yeah. Everything else is just, nice stuff, right? You can be friendly and all that, but none of that really matters if you don't deliver. And, it's business still. They're paying you for a
Yeah.
service and you need to provide that service. And we have a few more from a lot of our friends. Thank you guys for supporting us. Really appreciate it. Joreen, how long did it take you to build the right business model for your agency? For me, I'm still not there. I'm still doing it. Have I been improving? Yes. But have I built the right business model for my agency? If I felt that way, I feel that our agency would fail, or not fail, but maybe fall behind, because you guys all know how fast the digital age is, how fast everything is today. And so the moment you feel satisfied or you feel that you have the right business model, you're going to fall behind because there's going to be hungry people. And I'm still hungry. So for me, it's just constantly changing. And it's also constantly trying to improve, not just my agency, not just our business, but life in general, I think. And that's really important as an entrepreneur as well. I don't want to dive too deep into that part yet, or at least today. But Parker, do you want to chime in on that?
No, I think that's enough for this part.
And how do you? Oh, this is a tough one. How do you balance your work and personal life, especially when your work is online, and especially when it's COVID and there's lockdowns around the world, or you're self isolating and you're stuck at home and you have the computer in front of you, and if you're not working, you're like, or if you're not, if you're home doing nothing, you might as well work, and then you just end up working and working and working. Or if you're an entrepreneur, you run your own business and you need to make money, you just feel guilty by not working. I've had this. Either one, you feel guilty by not working, or two, you need to work to live, right? I need to close, I need to keep them, I need my paycheck so that I can feed my family. So yeah, this is a tough one. I think Parker's a lot better than me with this, and I've consulted with him. No, seriously, I've consulted with Parker privately because I was working, 16 to 24 hours, right? Not sleeping, and I would go these long streaks, 5 to 6 weeks of 0 to 4 hours of sleep. So, and I have kids, and I have a family, and I work at home, and it just started to pile up, health issues and whatnot. So, Parker, you want to share some of that knowledge, drop any
Yeah,
gems
yeah.
you did for me?
Yeah. So, how do you balance your work and personal life? That's a two different part that this question mentioned, right? Your work and personal life. In my dictionary, I have no different with anything. Like in my life, all I do, like every day, in for my family, for my work, it's all about me, right? So even when I do my work, it's all about me. Even I do my personal life, it's all about me. Even if I do for my family, it's all about me. So I don't know if you can make it different, balance your work and personal life. I can't make it different. I see it same, right? So yeah, that's why I always talk to June. Like if he talk by WhatsApp or call, something like that, and June always stressful because of the workload, and 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 the stuff in the family with the kids, something like that. And I also have the same problem, something like that, but I never complain of something like that, because I always in my head, in my mind, I always think that I even didn't think anything. I just do it because
Yeah,
I
just
think
do.
this is my life, right? It's not about balance my work and balance and my personal life. No, that's no balancing here. That's all same, right? So even I do my work, that's all for me. I do my personal life, that's all for me. So no complaint, just do it.
Mm.
Yeah, that's how I think about this.
Yeah, I am a complainer. I'm a complainer. No, but I love what I do. I love what I do. It's just
Yeah,
he's a
yeah.
good friend of mine, so I'm honest with him, and I definitely it's helped me a lot. It's kind of Buddhist, I think, but it's great life
Yeah.
advice. Just do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm Christian, by the way. It's not about religion,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
I read a lot of Buddhism
Hmm.
and the books, the story and the history about Buddhism. Maybe something like that. Because I learn also about life, right?
Hmm.
And how Buddhists talk about this in their books, something like that. Yeah, maybe it's because of that too.
Yeah, it's been really helpful, and I'm still
Yeah.
trying. I'm still trying. How do I balance it? It's difficult. It really is difficult. I think we can go hours on this one, but I'm gonna move on because we have some more questions coming in. From
Yeah, yeah.
MC Naveen, how to reach out to clients or find one if I'm starting new. Uh, yeah, the number one question. We mentioned earlier for us, actually, Parker and I, both of us, we started off offline, running around, finding clients, walking into these restaurants. I don't know. I don't know if Parker did FMB too, but walking into these restaurants and cafes and kind of pulling out our little business card and like, oh, do you need these services? Blah blah blah. Would I do? Would I recommend that? It's good experience because it's good practice to get rejected. You're gonna get rejected a lot. How would I do it today? Very, very differently. Parker had mentioned funnels and systems and setting up lead magnets. And I did a video. I don't know if I published it yet, but I did a video on how I would get my first clients again. For me, my recommendation would be inbound marketing. So I know it takes time, but content. So providing valuable content to your audience, and you need to know who your buyer's persona is and the pain points that they have. So you're providing. I think HubSpot, one of the best places to read about or learn about inbound marketing. They say providing the right content for the right people at the right time. So to expand on that, providing value, providing informational or educational content to your buyer's persona at the right stage of their buyer's journey. Um, and for free, I think for free. And building your authority in your niche or your sector. So to be able to do that though, you do need to be an expert in whatever field or whatever service you are providing, and you do need to understand your exact buyer's persona or your exact buyer's avatar or target market to be able to speak with them, right? But Parker, go
That's
ahead.
a lot of things to do.
Yeah,
Even you're
yeah,
starting
it's
new,
easier said.
right?
It's
Yeah.
you're
So
never gonna
yeah,
get a client if you.
it's not that easy that you think to start, right,
Yeah, yeah.
Naveen? But yeah, but I think maybe for simplifies what June said, you can just make one landing pages or one landing page or two landing pages. I think for the thank you pages, something like that, and just do the cold email. That's it.
Mm.
That's if you want to make a start your to reach your client. I mean, you can just do that while the cold outreaching happen, or you doing that. Then you can start building the blog post and something like that while waiting for new clients.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's maybe a little bit strategy to start to find new client.
Yeah, and the other thing is, excuse me, that it's I think I brought this up in a video, so subscribe to my YouTube. Well,
You have to add like a click here,
yeah,
the
yeah.
button. I don't know what's the
Click
name.
somewhere and the bell and all of that.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
but what was really frustrating, and I think a lot of people can relate to this, was that it was like it's how I felt when I got out of college, right? And you're trying to find that entry level job, but every entry level job is like they want 4 years of experience. How the hell Are these people? Are we going to have 4 years of experience? You know, it is obviously different because clients are paying for your services. However, um, with trying to find the first client, or even today, my I don't know 400th client or 300 something client is that they always ask for case studies, and even before they ask for the case studies, they're going to check out your site, look at your branding, look at all the other whatever it is testimonials and whatnot. Legitimacy is the key word there, and so you do need that. So that's also why I mentioned inbound, and it's great that Parker on my left or right mentioned outbound. So cold outreach being one of the outbound technique that does work should you do it properly. Because the fact of the matter is you need both. For
Yeah.
our
At
age,
the
yeah,
end, at the end, you need all.
yeah, you need everything.
Both. Yeah.
But yeah, I think those are the two main things that I would, I mean, two main things. That's the two only things, inbound and outbound. But cold outreach, out of all the outbound techniques, cold outreach. And when it comes to inbound, I mentioned, content marketing or providing valuable content, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that can be every single social media channel. That can be blah, blah, blah. But when I say that, I'm referring to the one that, because you have your buyer's persona, you should have your buyer's persona. You should understand their pain points. You should understand at least the journey that they might have into becoming a client of yours. And so preparing the content that I'm talking about should be on this best channel that you think today. And it might not be it tomorrow. And the best one you think today might be completely wrong. But that's part of the job of being in marketing, right? Continuously testing. And if it doesn't work, fix it, optimize it, or switch, reposition as soon as possible. I don't know. That's the mindset that I come from. I don't know if that helps at all. But it is not easy. But cold outreach will be probably the fastest, but it still takes experience. It takes experience. It takes experience.
Still, it's still.
Yeah, and even with the cold outreach, the first things they're going to ask is or look for is legitimacy. So that is what that content, building your authority, building yourself as a legitimate brand or figure in that industry or that specialization would help support that outbound strategy as well. But
Or maybe
Yeah.
you can ask your friends or your circle
Yes,
to
that's the
get
first thing.
to make them make them
Why
as
did
a
we?
client.
Why did we? I think we
Yeah.
forgot about what it was like. Yeah. So
Yeah,
before you run outdoors and go walk into restaurants, the number one thing would be friends, family, and referrals. Right. So your
Yeah.
friends, friends of friends, your network, your old colleagues.
I remember when I resigned my ex company, my ex work in a bank. And after I resigned, first client in my agency is that bank.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's because I have clients in the bank, and I can go to them and ask. I just built my own agency. Can I work for your this stuff, something like that. And yeah, I think 10 clients of my first 10 client in my agency, they are my clients in bank before.
Yeah, yeah, that's another thing I forgot to mention. I
Yeah.
guess I'm starting to remember because I mentioned I worked at another agency and I brought over some clients that helped support or kick off, get some extra capital or money to reinvest and grow and do what we just mentioned. So sorry about that. I forgot all the early parts of it. But that was really, really helpful. That initial boost in getting those clients. I want to talk about one more thing that I did, but I think we're running short on time and we have some more questions. Um,
I love when I read Naveen comment, Parker saying personal life, but I'm the only one hearing personalizery. Everybody else.
this guy's a marketer.
Yeah. That's actually how you can get one client very fast.
Okay, so I just want to bring this up. Personalizery. We're at Sessionautics, another company of ours, not our agency. We're running a lifetime deal on Personalizery. I left the link right here. Lifetime deal meaning you pay a one-time price and you can get lifetime access. What is Personalizery? Go Google it. No, well, do go Google it. But Personalizery, you can personalize your website with. It's a WordPress plugin. So if you're on WordPress, which most of the internet is, very simple to use, but very effective because personalization is key. And we'll go into that more on another time. Take it seriously. I can't. But hey, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. And we have another question up here about Korea. I'm a marketer in Korea. What are some tips I need to run my own agency? Don't leave me. Don't leave me, Sian. My own marketing agency. I would say the best tip that anybody can ever give, you should write this down, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'll be talking about. No, I mean there's a lot of things, but I think one of the things also is that you realize as a marketer, because you're a marketer, and I mentioned this before, and I bring it up often, and it's something that I learned in my journey is when you go from marketer or employee at another agency or whatever the case is, and you move into agency owner, right? I think you have to let go because when I did that, I did less and less actual marketing work and more business management. So you end up becoming a business person or an entrepreneur. And the faster you catch on to that and let go of some parts and learn more about business management, it is the way to run an agency, really. And like today, do I actually do social media marketing, which was my specialization? Do I actually do that anymore? Not really. I'm more busy managing the team, managing out or planning out and strategizing on our growth and things like that. So that is one major aspect that is a reality check when you start your own agency. And Korea is, well, I'll go into that another time. Dave, how long did it take you to get your first clients? What did you feel? Oh,
How long did it take you to get your first client?
yeah. Well, I've been talking for a while. Parker, you want to go?
How long? I don't know how long. It's just happened. Like when I do my job, like as agency owner, also as a marketer, right? So I just do my job. I do the funnel system. I do the email marketing. I do the ads, something like that. So even if I talk with one prospect today, this prospect will be my client after 1 year or even 2 years. So it's not about how long did you take to get the first client. Oh, you talk about the first client. I'm sorry. I already explained about this. When I resigned from my previous work, and then that client is my first client. So it's just 1 week, I think, after I give them proposal, I can do this, do that, do this, do that, and then they said, "Oh yeah, it's okay. We already pay you like 1 or 2 years, so it's time to you work for us with your own agency." Yeah. So it's just for me it's easy, not take too much time to get my first client. After that, actually, after all my circle is they are all my clients, and then I have to find the new clients, then I need time. Then I have to go to door, cafe to cafe, restaurant to restaurant, something like that. So it takes time. And what did you feel? Yeah, I feel like, oh my God, this is works. And then after 1 year, I think, oh my God, this is not works. So I only think on the first time when I get the client, and I feel, oh, thank God, it works. I can walk by my own foot, my own something like that. And then after 1 year, and then I realized, oh my God, this is not works. I will die. I have no money. I have skip to paying my employees, something like that. But then, oh my God is so. Oh yeah, until today, I still works my clients. I still pay my teams, my employees. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
For me, yeah, this is another suggestion I have for anyone thinking about starting their own agency or starting their own online business or whatever the case is. So your own journey, right? Your own entrepreneur, your first entrepreneur journey is don't just drop everything overnight and go for it because you're gonna go broke. And you do need to spend some cash or burn cash and or invest it in learning, right? Which is
Yeah, yeah.
losing. You're gonna lose money. And so for what I had done is, yeah, I mentioned I worked at an agency before I started my own, but I forgot to mention that I started my own while I was working at another agency. So I was already planning to make
Oh,
my
bro.
exit. Yeah.
Talking about investing in knowledge in course, something like that. How how why to say this? Uh, how much the
Mhm.
most expensive uh, investing you did
Oh my
in
god.
knowledge in digital marketing?
I to be honest, I didn't buy any courses. I The most helpful course for me actually was HubSpot. HubSpot's courses were the probably one of the most powerful for me. But investing, as in investing in my education by burning cash and making a lot of mistakes, oh, I still do that. I still do that. I did, I had a case just up to like six, no, no, has it been 8 months? 8 months ago, where just I had some, naughty people on my team, and I
Oh, we
wasted.
should make one topic about
Yeah,
this
I should make a
for
video
next,
on
I
this.
think. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I burned like, I don't know, 10,000, 12,000. But in the lost potential revenue at my agency was, six figures. And that was a mess.
Yeah,
Um,
that's why I asked about how much for your investing in knowledge in digital marketing in build agency, because right now if you found the post on Facebook, and you can find a lot of people talking shit about course and something like that,
mm, mm, mm,
right? They think they know to do something, they know small things about digital marketing, and they found the ads about the digital marketing, and they talk shit about that on their profile, and their, oh my god, bro, I can tell you that after I follow the course, I did it like in 2015, I think, in Bali.
yeah.
That's, we collect
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah, yeah.
the digital marketer around the world, and we go to Bali for 3 days, like camp, something like that, and we learn about digital marketing and something like that. And from that time, then I can Bill Parker, like now I win a lot of giveaways before Siddharth here too. I win a lot of giveaway before. I get big clients. I get company company big company, something like that, as my clients. So that's the turning point when
Mm,
I can find better client, I mean. So when I see that people can when I see people make a post and talking shit about some course or something like that, I can just laugh of them. Oh my god, these people didn't know that they can change their life after they maybe follow the their course, something like that.
mm.
So yeah, it's really important too. If Dave asked about how to get the clients, or Naveen asks how to get the clients, maybe you can try to join the course, join the membership, or one of the gurus, and from that you can learn how they can build their agency, even how they can get the clients. And then the most important thing is you will know, and you can build your relationship with other marketing
Mm.
or business owner out there. That's the easy way too, I think, if you want to get the your first client fast.
Yeah, that's. Oh, by the way, thank you, Ardian. Thank you very, very much. No, that's a good point. When I started, and Parker was the same. So I think I mentioned it in the description as well when I was making this. Is that we started our agencies from scratch, and I did not have a mentor. I did not have a guru. I knew there were courses, and I mentioned HubSpot was very powerful, but that's because it was free, and so I could easily take it. A lot of these other courses that I got for ads, I don't know which ones are good or which ones are bad. But whatever the case, even if it was very good, I didn't have the money to buy it. If I had the money, I needed to save it as well. Um, yeah, it's a really good point. And so for me, if I can do it over, I'd still probably still make the same mistakes. But another thing I want, what Parker had just mentioned was mentors, friends is really big. Community,
Yeah.
that really helped me jump up another level. So Parker was one of those guys. When I first met Parker, we talked about agency life. My agency was struggling. His was doing very well, and he was teaching me things about business management, agency life, growing agencies, getting more leads, all of that. And that was a big boost, and that opened the doors for me to meet other people like Siddharth that Parker had mentioned. He's one of the giveaway kings, the ecom prince of India.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
That's
well,
it.
let's get him on call next time. So, but yeah, community is a big one. So I just want to say, if you're looking for an awesome community, join my Discord. And leave it
Yeah, yeah. We prepare a lot of resources for the Discord. We will have ebooks, something like that, and we'll share on Discord too. So
yeah.
yeah, make sure you join. So yeah, I think it's because we need a relationship, we need the community in agency and business owner, and we can support each other,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That camaraderie, because all the agency owners, trust me, I mean, don't trust me, but you'll probably find out for yourself that is most agency owners have probably gone through the same problems, the same issues, the same successes. Dave had asked, "How did you feel when we first closed our client?" Those and I still feel that, and the answer to that is ecstasy, right? That's what I felt, and I still feel that when I close big clients, or even small clients. Every client's a win for me, and and of course we have to perform, and when we do perform and we break those KPIs or milestones, more ecstasy, right? But yeah, that camaraderie, the relationships that you can build, and you can really relate, whether it's agency owners and agency owners, or e-com store owners and e-com store owners, or just entrepreneurs in general. That camaraderie, I think, is really important, because when you're down, and trust me, agency life will get you down, entrepreneurial life will get you down. Having people like the bond that I have with Parker, or the bond that I have with Siddharth, or other people now, and Siddharth I've only known for a few time recently, because he won the giveaway, and that's how I started to become friends with him. He won this astronautics giveaway, the last one. But yeah, very, very helpful. Hold on. We're running short on. I wanted to keep this like 30, 40 minutes, but we're slowly running out of time. Let's see. Ashwin. Oh, by the way, thank you, Siddharth. I made sure to wear something fancy for today. Ashwin, thanks for joining us on the Seismic Growth Show. How can technology enhance the growth of a market? Ooh, this is a good question. Marketing agency. What tools are the must for a marketing agency in today's world? Yeah, tech, super important. When I first started, I didn't know too much about SaaS tools, because in Korea, the internet is one of the fastest speeds in the world, one of the most Wi-Fi connected countries in the world. Over 95% of the landmass is connected to Wi-Fi, right? However, when it came to the digital infrastructure that we're used to today, with software as a service, SaaS, which I'm very passionate about and I really love, I did not know about that kind of stuff. So, for example, you've probably already know what it is, or you've heard the terms like CRMs, project management, all of these things. I did I did it in spreadsheets, because that's what I learned. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh
Yeah.
at me.
Because I hear this when I first time met June, and oh my god, June talk about this. I still using this because of in Korean, I think
Mhm.
most of people still using manual and traditional
Yeah.
way in even in digital marketing agency,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. A lot of manual work. I didn't get to talk about today. I want to talk about how I started it, what kind of services I was doing. But anyway, yeah, technology. Yeah, one, if you're a digital marketing agency, obviously. But when I first found out about or dived deep into SaaS tools, and you started using the SaaS tools that I needed at my agency, or that I learned about, and it was just exponential. The growth was exponential from there. It really changed my life. What tools are a must? I did a video on this. You can go check it out. I think I published it. But a must for me at the early stages. So we're talking about when you first start your agency, or you're about to launch your agency, or start looking for clients. For me, Parker might not agree, so I'll ask Parker in a second. We'll talk to him in a second. But for me was one, proposal software was a big one for me, because it easily enhances. For me, it's also part of branding, but your proposals, right, to make them look nice, make them easier. Of course, you can do them in a Word doc. You can do them by email. You can do them into a PDF deck. However, proposals really changed my life. Um, Client communications, project management, and invoicing. Even invoicing for me was really, because I did invoicing on spreadsheets, so that was really, really, really bad. And then, of course, upgrading parts of your lead generation campaigns, or like on your website, different SaaS tools, or if you're on WordPress plugins, different analytical tools to have a better understanding of your traffic and your audience, things like that. And we'll go, and definitely we'll go into all of them. We can't do it all at once. But Parker, you want to bring something up?
It's the same, but for me in Indonesia, it also depend on the countries, right? In Indonesia, what we need is the reporting tools. That's the most important
Yeah.
things for the marketing agency in Indonesia. Marketing reporting tools is really important because right now in Indonesia, if you work for a client will ask you to do the social media, not only one but social media for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Facebook, and Google My Business, something like that. So more than five different channels for social media. And if you run agency and you spend your time only to make manually working to reporting, something like that, you will spend a lot of time for that. So so in marketing agency, I think the most tool that I need for to run the agency is the reporting tool.
Mm.
After that, then what June explained, like proposal tools, invoices, and CRM. That's the most important things.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's just so many that we can go into. But to start off,
Yeah.
yeah, and then I got into this phase where I couldn't stop reading about new SaaS tools, finding new SaaS tools, and seeing how I can apply them or testing them out and things like that. Don't still fall that hole. Just use the tools. You don't want to go for all of them because every SaaS is could be beneficial, and it's what's more important is that you can actually use it right now, and you can actually get ROI on your if it's a lifetime deal on that one-time price investment, or if it's a monthly price subscription, that you can make more money than you are paying for that subscription, right? So that's super important. But yeah, thank you, Ashwin, for joining in. We will dive deeper, and I will make more videos and talk about all the other SaaS tools that we use. Parker uses his agency, I use at my agency, and we use together at Sastronautics and other business projects that we work on. Suyan, everyone wants to start a marketing business, so everyone's here. Is there a blue ocean in the marketing business world? Oh, it's a big question because social
I
media.
think we should have the specific topic for this, only for the blue ocean and red
Every
ocean.
question that's come up has been really good. Every question is
Yeah,
another video. Thank you guys.
yeah. This is the idea for the next video, I
Yeah,
think.
but no. But like social media marketing agencies, that's a big trend right
Mm.
now, and that one. But do I think it's a blue ocean? No. It's why I jumped into digital marketing as well. Every company, regardless, or not every company, there's always a company, regardless of the economic environment, the political environment, COVID, whatever the case, they need marketing. Or there's somebody
Mm.
out there that needs marketing. If there's a recession or a depression or a political turbulence, there's companies that make money during those times, or huge amounts of money during those times, and there's companies that fail during those times, and other situations up and down depending on which side or which industry they're in. So there's always a need for marketing agencies. So I definitely don't think it's a blue ocean. There a lot. There's a ton though. Let's see. We're running short on time. I want to keep it under an hour, or else we'll never end it. So. What are those resources? Oh, here we go. Siddharth, good friend of ours. What are those resources you use every day to improve productivity? Oh, all of these questions are really. There's a lot we can say. For me, productivity. What are the resources? It's the lack of resources that gets me super productive. What I mean by that is, if I don't keep working hard, I'm not gonna have money and to feed my family. So that's one. I have no choice. Like I don't have the guarantee of getting a salary every month. So that's a big one. The other one is the dream, right? I want to provide a very good life for my kids and my wife and my family, and that's what pushes me. I have to be productive. There's no, oh, I don't feel like working today, or I think I have a cold coming, so I need to. There's none of that shit. You need to work, right? So that's for me. Not the case for everyone. Are there things that I can do that help me stay productive? Yeah, coffee, meditation, keep me in the zone, and sleep. This is a big one, and this is one I like to talk about a lot because I mentioned earlier I went through those phases where I wasn't sleeping, and I was just working. But your productivity declines, and your emotional state and your mental state start to deteriorate. And so I think those are the major ones that people don't really talk about. Yeah, there's SAS tools. Yeah, there's techniques, Pomodoro, whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. But I think one of the things that people don't talk about, which is super important, is that, right? Sleep. Get some sleep. But yeah. Parker, anything you want to
Even sleep is my problems right now because I can't sleep, guys. Oh my god, it's
You got to
really hard
work.
for me to
You
yes
got to work.
to sleep. So when I work with June, June will sleep, and then when June wake up, I will sleep. So something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So we change them.
So we're
So
working
if
24 hours
yeah,
together.
but when Siddharth asks, what are those resources you use every day to improve the productivity? So actually, Siddharth knows well about me. What is it? It's just this one, the
What is
food.
that? Oh,
The
food.
food. Yeah, all food. So every time I work, I need to eat. So I can just buy something, I eat something like that. So it will improve me in my productivity.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's why every time I met with Siddharth, he always said, "Why you keep eating?" So this is the answer, bro. This is my resources, so I can improve my productivity.
All right. I think last question for the day. Before we get off, though, if you have any specific topics you want us to touch upon, either on a live video, and we're going to go live every Thursday, 8 p.m. GMT plus 7, that is Bangkok and Jakarta time. Please
We
let
have
us
same
know.
time, GMT
Yeah,
plus 7. Yeah.
GMT plus 7. So let us know in the comments here, or just hit us up, or you can join our Discord channel. Please join our Discord.
So
And
the question from George, awesome
yeah,
two men here, business or family. This is the first question, bro. We already explained it on the first time. You just joined, but it's okay.
you
For
late,
me,
bro.
it's just same. Anything I do is just for me. Business is for me. My family is for me. It's all about my family. It's all about myself, right?
Mhm.
And all people around me. So it's just same. There's you cannot. For me, you cannot. For me, maybe it's different from June, but for
Yeah.
me, you cannot pick one business or family. That's stupid for me. That's stupid for me. Yeah, because it's part of my life.
Yeah, for me, a little different, but I can agree with Parker because without my business, our family life would be a lot more difficult, I think. But if obviously if it's a or B question, it's family first, and I bring this up with my team as well. And Parker, family first. Yeah, I think on that note, we will sign off for the first episode of the Seismiq Growth Show. And it's a good note to end on because family first, especially during these times, there's a lot of difficult situations going on with our friends, family, friends of friends. And so please stay safe, social distance, wear your mask, and be happy.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
guys. Thank you for joining us. Keep eating, Parker. And we'll see you next week, Thursday, 8 p.m., on the second episode of Seismic Growth Show. Peace.